All right, so let's talk about branding with your content marketing. You'll hear a lot of people talk about branding, the marketing experts and branding experts. And listen, guys, I spent about 4 or 5 years only doing branding. Like the Color Media, the only existence was doing branding for real estate businesses. And so I believe in branding very much, and I think it's extremely important. But especially if you're an influencer putting content out, or if you're a real estate investor that has a house buying business, the most important thing that you got to be thinking about is what is relevant to your end consumer. So let me give you an example. If you're an active real estate investor, say you're in, I'm just gonna say York, Pennsylvania, because one of my biggest clients, Eric Brewer, his business is in York, Pennsylvania. Guy does about 375 deals a year. I mean, he's a monster, one of the biggest players in the world when it comes to real estate investing. And say for instance, his house buying business is called Integrity First Home Buyers. Now that's his brand. And that works beautifully, obviously, because of the amount of deals that he does, the amount of acquisitions that they do with sellers, with motivated sellers. So what's happening is he's created this brand that is relevant to his actual target demographic, which is his motivated sellers. Now, if he had a brand that was, well branded and it's like, beautiful colors, very simple logo, and maybe he changed his name differently or whatever, and everything on his website was like clean cut and looked great, would that perform the same way as Integrity First Home Buyers does? I don't think so, because the target demographic he's going after is the 55 years and older age group, which they don't really care about branding as much as somebody like my generation does. I'm 27 years old. I care about brands. I care about the Apple and the Nikes and Nomadics and Oakley and stuff like that, like Tesla. I care about that stuff. But the age demographic that he is marketing to with his motivated sellers, they don't care about that. So that being said, it is extremely important to understand what your target demographic actually looks for when it comes to branding. So only make relevant brands to that. So what I would tell you, my advice, especially if you're an influencer, your face is the brand, right? Logos are out the door. Colors are out the door. If your face is on your piece of content, that's your branding. So be thinking about it in a way as what's relevant to my actual target demographic, and only go after that. Don't worry about what Nike's doing. Don't worry about what, Remax is doing or some other real estate company. I know it's a real estate realtor brokerage, but don't worry about what everybody else is doing. Figure out what's relevant to your actual target demographic and go after that. Branding is important, but it's not more important than delivering value and actually putting out quality content that's going to convert your customers. Keep that in mind.